Hello everyone, I hope you are enjoying your break very much, and our classes are going to resume next week online, so I think it's worth the time for us to, at least for me, to make this video for you to go over what we're going to cover for the rest of the semester and how are we going to deliver the course content. Okay, so in today's in this video, I'm gonna go through three things. First, we're gonna talk about the revised syllabus, and then I'm gonna walk through with you the Blackboard content, and then the last thing we're gonna talk about is the software we're going to use in this course. Okay, so now let's move on the first topic, the syllabus. All right, let me see if it works. All right, so when you are on your Blackboard and you see the second item here, the syllabus, and this is the revised syllabus for the online teaching, and you click on that, it opens up the new syllabus. Oops, open, close this. Okay, so the new syllabus that I really no, actually, I need you to each one of you to read the new syllabus. Okay, so that way you have a clear understanding of what we're gonna cover and how what you should do at least to finish this class. Okay, all right. So first thing is the office hours. And the office hours is changed now. The new office hours are on Tuesday and Thursday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and it's in the Eastern time zone. Okay, and we're gonna do the office hours on Zoom. The software is called Zoom. Okay, and of course the class is no longer meet on campus. We're gonna deliver the class through Blackboard. Okay, so I know some professors probably gonna do a live lecture using Zoom or some other softwares, but I think given our circumstances and some of our classmates are not in the same, are in different locations, different time zones, and it's really hard to gather everybody together at the same time and to utilize Zoom for a live lecture. Okay, so I think it's more convenient for you to learn the materials with the pre-recorded lectures. Okay, so definitely I will record every chapter, use some other softwares, and I post it online, and that way you can easily have access to those materials. All right, okay, next is, all right, so instructor availability. So you see all these highlighted content are revised for our new online structure. Okay, so make sure that you at least read through all these highlighted sections. Okay, so revised for instructor availability. I will be available online during the office hours shown on the first page of the syllabus, which is the one that you're reading now. Access to office hours is set up in Blackboard. The detailed instructions will be provided in the online course overview video, which is this one that you are watching now. The instructions on the instructions on how to use Zoom is attached to this syllabus. If any other day or time is more convenient for you, please email me to make an appointment. Of course, I know some of our students are in different time zones, so you're probably seeing that it's not really a good time for you to talk during the middle of the night. But of course, if you want to set up an appointment with me at for another time, and it has to be convenient for both of us. All right, that makes sense? And next is the questions regarding materials and problems. Students can use online office hours to ask questions and discuss materials. Also, students can post their questions on the discussion board on Blackboard. I will check the discussion board twice a week in addition to the online office hours. Posting questions in the discussion board is a better way to learn accounting given our current circumstance. In that, other students can post their answers to the questions, so students can learn by explaining Also, when other students have the same questions, they can go to the discussion board and locate answers instead of holding the questions until the office hours. So what I'm saying here for this section is that I set up a discussion board on Blackboard, and this structured for different chapters, for each chapters, and for homework, for materials in the textbook, and also some free discussion section. So that way, if you have some questions as you reading the the textbook chapters, or as you watch the video, or as you work on your homework, and you can immediately post those questions on the discussion board. You don't have to hold those questions until our office hours. And also, given the situation that everybody probably is going to use Zoom for course activities, the internet connections may be not that stable. So if you can post all your questions, or at least most of your questions on discussion board, first, that I can respond your questions very quickly, and second, if other students have the same questions, they can easily to locate or find the answers on the discussion board. Okay, and if anyone who know the answers, you can help me to post your answers on to the problem as well, so that way you can learn the materials by practicing, or by doing or explaining the materials. Okay, so my theory is that if you can explain the materials very well to some other people, and you definitely know the materials very well. All right, so next thing is, let me see, office hours, pre-recorded lecture. The next thing is the grading section. Okay, you see I changed our class performance evaluation a little bit. The items are changed. Okay, so first is the homework. Okay, connect graded homework assignments. Okay, so now we cut it down to 11 homeworks. Okay, so chapter 12, the statement of cash flow, that chapter homework is canceled. Okay, it's dropped out from your list. Okay, so you only need to do 11 homeworks. Okay, and the new deadlines are updated in Connect, but also on Blackboard. Okay, and participation points, it used to be 30 points, but now I cut it to 10, and it will be posted. Actually, it should be posted after the first exam, but since I was, adjusting our courses, I haven't got a chance to post your participation points yet, but I will do that probably later this week, probably over the weekend, or if not, if you don't see the points updated, I'll definitely update your participation points somewhere next week. Okay, and then we have a new item here is quizzes. Okay, you're gonna have 3 quizzes across the rest of the semester, and each quiz is worth 10 points, so add up to 30 points, and each quiz covers 2 chapters, and you have 40 minutes to answer 20 questions, and all the questions are true or false questions and multiple choice questions. Okay, you have 40 minutes to finish 20 questions for each quiz, and given our online structure, and I'm not able to proctor the quizzes or exams in any way, so that assume both the quizzes and exams could be open book, so you have access to every resource you have, but you have to finish those quizzes and exams on time. All right, so our new total grades for the course ran up to 450 points, and I was thinking of drop down the Learn Smart assignment, the bonus reading assignments, but later on I thought I'm probably gonna give you I probably need to give you some more incentives to motivate you to engage in the class, so I leave it here, the 10 points, which means for each of the chapters moving onward, you have to finish the rest of the bonus reading assignments to earn that 10 points. But let me clear this. Okay, so I'm not saying you have to finish every single one of them onward. I'm saying that if you are not meeting the criteria that you have to finish 10 out of 12, you have to at least finish 10 out of 12 in total to earn that 10 points, okay, the additional points. Again, the deadline for reading assignments still is before the lecture started on our original time class, okay? If your class time is at 4 o'clock, you have to finish that chapter bonus reading before 4 o'clock on that date specified on the syllabus. If your class started on 6 o'clock and you have to finish your bonus readings before 6 o'clock on that day assigned for that chapter, okay? All right, and grade distribution stay the same, okay? Class participation, as I said, the first session 10 points will be posted after the first exam, and I will post them, try to post them later this week, okay? And next, for exam section revised, for the remaining of the class, there will be one midterm, which is midterm 2, and one comprehensive final exam, and both the exam will be taken through Blackboard or McGraw-Hill Connect account, okay? So I suggest you to access the exam through Blackboard, which I will go over with you where you can find the exams, and the regular length is 80 minutes for the midterm 2, and 3 hours for the comprehensive final, okay? So if you are the students who needs accommodations with extra time, so please send me an email says you need to have more time to do that. I probably have a basic idea who really needs who actually needs the accommodations, because from the first exam. So but just in case that I don't cover each one of you who have this needs, okay, and just make sure you send me an email, okay, and I will adjust your time length on Blackboard, okay? And midterm 2 can be taken anytime during the exam week, okay? So that is week 12 on the course schedule on page 8. So what it means is that, for example, if it's just used as an example, okay? I'm not sure up to this point. Let's go back to here, okay? All right, so exam 12, so midterm 2 on Blackboard. So even though midterm 2 it should be taken out on April the 6th, but given our online teaching structure, you have a little bit of flexibility on taking exams. So for midterm 2, in this exam will be live starting on the day of April 6th, which is the Monday of week 12, okay? But the due to submit your midterm 2 is actually the end of April 12th, which is the Sunday of week 12. So basically you have a week to finish your exam, okay? But you only have one attempt for each exam. Once you start it, you cannot save and exit and come back to resume your exam. You have to finish it at one time slot, okay? So that means once you start, you have to finish during that time slot, okay? But you can hold your exam until the very last day in that week, okay? And then you have also chapter homeworks due on that time, so probably you need to set up a clear or effective time schedule for your course and for your course materials for every classes that you have in this quarter, in this semester. All right, so let's move up. So anyway, if you have any questions about anything that we go over in this video, you always can send me an email to ask for clarification, or you can post your questions in the discussion board. Okay, and definitely gonna check on that. Okay, and quiz, a new graded item. For the remaining of the class, there will be 3 graded quizzes. 10 points for each quiz. The deadline for each quiz is listed in the class schedule on page 8. The quizzes are posted on Blackboard in a quiz folder. Okay, there is only 1 attempt for each quiz, same as for the exam. Okay, students will have access to the quiz during the week. The quizzes are assigned but not have to submit them before deadlines. No late work will be accepted. Late submission is considered 0 grades for the quiz. Because you have that a little bit flexibility, I don't take late work. Okay, I don't take late work. You have to manage your time efficiently and effectively, and you have to make sure you understand, and you have to make sure that you know when exactly you're gonna take the quiz, take the exam, finish the homework, and all these things. All right, and also for exam, no late work will be accepted. Late submission considered 0 grade for exam, which means I'll take late work as you just skipped the exam with no excuses. Okay, so if you do have some real emergencies like that, okay, you are running into some accidents, and the worst case scenario is that if any one of you encounter someone who is exposed to the virus and you are in a quarantined situation, you are not able to access to anything, and probably you can let your family or your friends contact me immediately that you are not able to finish something like that. And let's hope that something like that will never happen to you all. Okay, and also I have confidence in you to know how to protect yourself. All right, so let's hope it's not gonna happen. All right, so this is pretty much about what you need to do, and here we're gonna go over the deadlines. All right, so I saw some of you already started chapter 7 homework, but I updated the deadlines for each of the homework, the quizzes, and the exams. So basically this week the class is still on suspension, so you are not responsible for doing any course or school activities. So I adjust our chapter 7 homework due to March 29th. Okay, so which is the Sunday of next week. Okay, and the bonus reading assignment for chapter 7, okay, is gonna be due on March 25th, not March 23rd. Okay, you need to finish the bonus assignment reading to record you successfully finished that activity by the beginning of the class on March 25th. Okay, so if you are in the 4 o'clock time slot, make sure you finish that before 4 o'clock on that date. If you are in the 6 o'clock on that date, make sure you finish the assignment before 6 o'clock on that date. Okay, not 23rd, not 23rd. It's on 25th. You got me? Okay, and chapter 8 and quiz 1, which covers chapter 7 and chapter 8, will be due. Chapter 8 homework and quiz 1 will be due at the end of April the 5th, but you have access to quiz 1 through the whole week. Okay, you make your own decisions when you would like to take the quiz, but you have to finish the quiz before the end of April 5th. Make sense? Okay, and midterm 2, you have the whole week to finish that, but you only have 1 attempt. As you started, you have to finish it. Okay, you cannot pause it and come back to finish it. For our regular students, you have 80 minutes. For students need accommodations, I will extend your length. No worries about that, but you have to send me an email to request that accommodations. Okay, just make sure that I don't miss you on the accommodations. All right, and chapter 9 due is on April the 12th at the end of the day, April 12th. And then week 13, you're gonna have chapter 10 and quiz 2, which covers chapter 9 and 10. Excuse me. In chapter 9 and 10, and you have the whole week for quiz 2. You choose the time that you feel comfortable to take the quiz, but you only have one attempt. Okay, chapter 10 is started the whole week, okay, but it's due at the end of April 19th. And week 14th, you only have chapter 1 homework due and quiz 3, which covers chapter 11 and chapter 12. Okay, both of these assignments due at the end of April 26th. Okay, 26. There is no homework for chapter 12. There is no homework for chapter 12. All right, there is no homework for chapter 12. Okay, so in total you only have 11 homeworks. Okay, 11 homeworks. There's no homework for chapter 12. And for our comprehensive final, okay, I also will record some videos for midterm 2 review and comprehensive final review, and expect I post them before the exam week, okay, but not too early, okay. And you have basically pretty much a week-long time to finish your final exam. Again, you have only one attempt to take your final exam. Once you start it, you have to finish them in the same time slot. You are not able to resume and take a rest, take a break, and have a cup of coffee and come back and resume and take that finish up this exam. Okay, once you start, you have to finish it. Okay, all right, and now make sure you have access to the exam at least started on April 27th. Okay, you have to finish the exam, the comprehensive exam, at the end of May 6th. Okay, May 6th is the deadline to submit your comprehensive final exam. Okay, and you see this, all of these assignments, homework, and your bonus reading exams, quizzes, the deadlines for all of these activities is in Eastern Daylight Time, okay, GMT -4. Okay, if you are in different time zones, make sure you adjust your time to the Eastern Daylight Time zone. Okay, so all these deadlines are set up for the Eastern Daylight Time zone. Okay, you have to adjust yourself. No matter where you are, you have to adjust your deadlines according to this. All right, okay, so again, if you have any other questions, or there's something it doesn't make sense to you, please make sure you post your questions first on discussion board. I'll reply as soon as possible. Okay, make sure you understand that I check the discussion board twice a week besides the office hours, right? And there is an attachment for how to use Zoom. Okay, at the end of the syllabus. Make sure you read through this. So if some of your professors are using Zoom for live lectures, probably they sent out these instructions already, but it doesn't hurt to read it one more time just to be familiar with how to access Zoom and how to use Zoom for class activities. All right. Okay, so this is so much about our syllabus. Okay, our syllabus. Okay, all right, the office hours. Okay, make sure you know how to what time to find me to do a live office hours. Okay, and now let's talk about our Blackboard content and structure. Okay, so once you get on your Blackboard for our course, you will see a lot of things listed out here. Okay, a little bit more items here than you used to be seeing before. The first one is office hours. Okay, office hours. You click on that and you will see okay, so this is not previous, upcoming. Okay, so at this time you don't have any office hours from for this week, but starting next week you will see 2 office hours going to be here, and you'll see here 2 probably 1 bottom, which is called join. Okay, if you want to attend the office hours, just click on join. Okay, and then you'll be redirected to a separate web page. Okay, probably you're going to be redirect to a separate web page, and then probably they ask you for your Skidmore credentials. Okay, and just sign in. Okay, and use your Skidmore credentials, and it will be join the office hours. Okay, so let me show you what it look like from my set. Okay, and you gonna have a basic understanding. Okay, so here it asks for your Skidmore credentials. Once you log in, come on. Oh, by the way, if you're using what is it? Okay, if you're using Google Chrome and it doesn't work, and please try out some other explorers. Okay, so for example here you see let me switch it. Okay, okay, so you see here it is responding. Okay, right here you see it is responding, but it never showed up on my page. So now I'm gonna switch it to Microsoft Edge. Okay, I'm gonna switch it to Microsoft Edge. Okay, if you have a similar issue like I'm having now, you try to switch to some other explorers and see if it works. Okay, all right, come on, bear with me folks, almost done. You know, I never thought being a YouTuber is a responsibility for a college professor. You see what I'm saying? And this week I adjust our class content schedules, and also, you know, watched several YouTube video clips and to learn how to use things to record lectures. Come on, what happens? Probably I need to close this out. Okay. And alright. Let's try it one more time. you know, I don't know how to, well, basically I don't have the software to edit our video. At least it's my video, right? I don't know how to edit, and actually I have some ideas of editing, but I don't have the software. So if anyone would like to help me to edit the video, you are welcome to let me know, okay? And we can work together to make the video more interesting or more engaging, okay? So this is probably one of the time that you can really sit in your couch and all right, now here we are, okay? So for the for our office hours, once you click on that and it asks for the login information, okay, and you log in, you don't see all these office hour schedules, okay, and reoccurring, that's basically how I set it up. Don't worry about it. Probably you don't see this on your side, but once you log in, you will see at least 2 of them for the week, or at least or 1 for that day. Okay, so if you don't see any one of them starting next Monday, or at least on next Monday, make sure you can check it back on Tuesday. Okay, if you don't see the office hours on your side on Tuesday, please let me know for sure. Okay, I'll figure it out and fix it. Okay, and for me, I have 2 button here. It's start and delete. Probably for you, it's going to be 1 button here is saying it says join. Okay, click on join, and you're gonna have a second tab here. Okay, and then if it's the first time you you open up your Zoom software, it's gonna pop up something and ask for installation of Zoom features, and click on install, and you will install the software. If you are using some ad blockers, make sure you disable your ad blockers, otherwise you'll never see that probably. And then join the meeting, and you'll see something like this. You have 2 screens probably, or 1 screen like this, and I'll be there waiting for you. Okay, so this is for our office hours. Okay, now let's go back. All right, so basically if you see, I use I don't know which one I used before, but basically you the 3rd section and the 2nd section, you have this exactly the same structure on Blackboard. So don't worry, I use this 3rd or the 2nd section. You're gonna see this exactly the same thing. Okay, all right. Course content. You know, I really enjoy the face-to-face lecture, okay, face-to-face class, because it really makes me feel real. Okay, I have you folks with me, and I can have immediate reactions from you, and I know which topics or materials you don't quite get it, so to speak. Okay, so I can explain a little bit more and to try to keep you engaged. But for online class, really, I'm not able to, get the immediate response from you or feedback. So I really relies on you to give me feedback through office hours and through our discussion board. Okay, so that way I can have a better understanding of which part I need to slow down and which part we need to go over again, and give more examples to help you understand the concepts. Okay, so my goal always is try to deliver the course materials as straightforward and as easy as possible. But given the situation right now, using online techniques to deliver class, it really requires a lot more activities from your side. Okay, So none of us really expecting this happening such soon, at least, and none of us really have this experience. Okay, so bear with me and with other professors, and also you probably will have some problems with these things. So definitely let us know. Okay, we'll try to help you from with everything. Okay. All right. So chapter slides, you still have access to this all the slides here. Okay. And what is chapter 10 here? Make sure that you have everything, right? And then on Learn Smart bonus assignments, if you see, I adjusted our the deadlines for the bonuses and reading assignments. And yes, even though we don't have homework for chapter 12, but you still need to finish. If up to this point it doesn't add up to 10, you have to finish this to make it 10 assignments, to make it 10 completed bonus reading. Okay, so I still post it here. Okay, and then what do we have? And ungraded practice problems. So now, since we don't have a lot practice we can do, or I can put it under my control, so to speak. Really, I hate that word, but that's what it is, right? I can really see if you are getting the concepts through in-class practice, but now I'm not really can give you that in-class practice. I highly recommend you to use these ungraded practice problems to practice, okay, and then here is the graded homework. As I said, and I realize that some of you already started chapter 7 homework, but don't worry about it. It's due on March 29th. It's due on March 29th. Okay, and for those of you who started already, salute. Good job. Okay, you're learning on your own. Okay, you're making your own progress. You're very proactive. You're good students. Any other words that I can think of? I appreciate your attitude. How about that? Okay. All right. Now it's the quizzes. You have 3 quizzes, and the quizzes are the due deadlines are listed on below each quiz. As I said, you only have 1 attempt. Okay. You only have 1 attempt. Oops, I don't have from the students preview. I don't have access from the students preview. But once you click on that, connect. Oops. So if you are on connect, this is what it looks like. Oops. Skip more. Yes. Come on. Okay, so if down here, let's use this quiz as an example. Okay, so now this quiz, and if I click on start, you see here no, not started yet, 1 attempt. So you only have 1 attempt. Okay, and it's 10 possible points. All right, it's started on the first day of that week, and you have 40 minutes to finish 20 multiple choices and true and false questions. Okay, all right. So this is about connect. All right. So we're course content. Yeah. Okay, and midterm 2 and comprehensive exam, I'll post those 2 exams here. All right, midterm 2 will be in this folder, only 1 exam, and comprehensive exam will be in this folder, and there will be only 1 exam. Okay, make sure you know where to find those things. And of course, our okay, I haven't got that alive. I'll make sure I do it now. Okay. So many things. All right, here, course videos. Okay, I'll now make it available to you. And student view. Okay, so for our class lecture videos, I will post in this folder called course video. Okay, so basically when you look at when you watch this video, you know this is already in this folder. Okay, and any other chapter videos also will be posted in this folder called course video. Okay, course video. All right, and there's no other place you can find them. Okay, all right. Okay. All right, that is about Blackboard, this content, and also you see here where the bottom there's one thing called discussion board. Oh, one more thing is the library, McGraw-Hill Connect library. Okay, so if you just don't have your textbook with you, and you can click on that, it will direct you to Connect website and gives you the access to the electronic version of the textbook. So I'll make sure you have every resource that you need. Okay, so this is for your textbook. This is for your textbook only. All right, and then now let's do to discussion board. Okay. So discussion board here, I list out different forums here. So if, for example, if you have questions about chapter 7, concepts, topics, materials, post your questions in this forum. Okay, create a thread and say, and subjects put in like, I don't really understand about FIFO method. Could you explain more about weighted average method, and how do we calculate inventory turnover ratios? Okay, things like that. Okay, for example, and then post your, or just save subjects FIFO questions, weighted average questions, ratio questions, and post your detailed questions in the content section. Okay, or if you have something you want to upload, just attach to this thread. Okay, and so for example, hello. Okay, questions about this video. All right, and submit. You see who submit, who create this thread, and if you want to follow, and click on that thread, and then just hit reply. Okay, and if you post the wrong question, you can edit it. Okay, all right. And if you have questions about the homework for chapter 7, just post in homework forum. Okay, so that way when people have questions about either the materials or homeworks, they can find it's easy for us to locate those questions. Okay, and then for chapter 8, the same. Okay, materials, concepts, and homework problems. Okay, 2 different forums. Okay, and then midterm 2, if you have questions about midterm 2 and the review questions, like the concepts we reviewed and you don't quite understand, and you can first go back to these 2 chapters and about chapter 5 and 6, which we covered before the spring break. Okay, and post it in this forum, and then next we have the final review forum, and there's something called fun place, really, and in this forum I want I'm expecting you to give me some feedback about the course, about the lecture on the online lecture, and about the basic stuff. Okay, so you find it's difficult to do something here and there, excuse me, and then you can create a thread here. Okay, this is a place where you can post your thoughts and feedback about the course or the structure or the delivery method or office hours or anything. Okay, and I'd like to hear from you folks, and you can post the things like online accounting sucks. Okay, right? What did I click? Yes, sucks. Okay, how about that? All right, and you can post so true as the subject. Okay, so if you want, just express your negative feelings about my course or about myself. Okay, but of course, personal attacks is not always is not welcomed. But just in case you want just to do something like that, okay, here check on post message as anonymous. That way I will never know who posted that information there. See, author anonymous. Okay, even on my set I'm not able to see who really posted that thing. All right, so don't worry that whatever you post on in this forum will be threatening your course grade or your course evaluation or class evaluation, whatever. Okay, so it will never affect things like that. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, I leave that option on purpose, so just try to make you are not concerned about credentials. All right, so that is so much about discussion board. Okay, so make sure you use discussion board to post questions. Okay, as I said, I'll check this discussion board twice a week in addition to our office hours. Okay, and every questions you have on there, even though some students probably post answers on there already, and I will still post my answers or my comments for to the questions. Okay, so also I highly recommend each one of you check on the questions we have posted here, okay, or will have been posted here, okay, and try to help. Okay, so this is another way of learning accounting. All right, so if you have any questions about the course materials and course structures, the syllabus or things, the structure of Blackboard, feel free to post your questions or reach out to me by email. Okay, and another thing that I want to talk about, the very last thing that I want to talk about is the softwares we're going to use. Okay, the software we're going to use. First, as I said is if you have access to internet, a laptop, you have your text materials, course materials, you are basically all set. Okay, if you don't have access to internet, the regular internet, for example, you only use your cell phone hotspot, and let me know. Okay, that way you can send me an email. Okay, I have some additional information for you. Otherwise, you're okay. Okay, and what else? Blackboard, Connect, Zoom. Okay, so I showed you how to connect to Zoom here in our course content here. Okay, so if you don't have your laptop with you, but you happen to have your cell phone, or you have an iPad or a tablet, or something else that you can use to get online. Okay, so here you can download Blackboard applications in Apple App Store. Okay, I don't know how to set up my phone onto this computer, so I'm not able to show you my phone screen. But it's basically what you're looking for in the App Store. Okay, if you're using iPhone or iPad. Okay, and search Blackboard, and this is for student use. Okay, and if you search for Blackboard, you're probably going to see two Blackboard applications. One is called Blackboard, the other one is called Blackboard Instructor. Okay, do not download Blackboard for instructors, because once you log in, you don't see anything. Okay, you don't see anything. Only download that Blackboard. Okay, so this is going to be this software. Okay, applications. Okay, that applications. Okay, all right. And if you're using an Android phone like Samsung phone or some other phones, you can go to Google Play Store. You have exactly the same Blackboard application. As I said, do not download the Blackboard for instructors. For example, here, okay, similar. This is not the one you use. Okay, this is the one I use just in case that I don't have access to internet with my laptops or computers. Okay, so this one is you should install, okay, on your phone, and it's gonna be look like this if you log in. Okay, it's gonna be look like this. Okay, you have things like that. Okay, and then next one is Zoom. Okay, if you think Zoom in on your phone is more comfortable than just sitting in front of your computer or laptop, you can download Zoom Cloud Meetings in iPhone App Store or in Google Play Store. Okay, the same thing. Zoom Cloud Meetings. Okay, forget the start here. I tried it and it's pretty much works okay. Okay, so Zoom. It's gonna be looking like this. Okay, it's gonna be looking like right here. Okay, you see that? All right. So now I open it up. Okay, so things will be like this. Okay, you have these options. If you want to form a study group, a virtual study group, use Zoom on your phone. You can say you see here there's a button called schedule. Okay, you can schedule a conference call with your classmates or friends. Okay, and next thing is if you do have difficulties to connect to access to the laptop or computers. Okay, if you have iPad or tablets. Okay, you can download MHE Connect. Okay, so which is the access to Connect account. Okay, where you can do your homework, read your chapters, and those things, and take your exams. Okay, and quizzes. Okay, if you're using Android tablets, cell phone, you can download it here in Google Play Store. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, I don't know if you can download it on cell phone, but definitely you can download it on tablets. Okay, or you say, hey, I cannot find it in my app store on my phone because it's not an iPhone app. So what you can do is go to your Safari application. Okay, and tap in just as you use normal website on your computer. Okay, connect. And it's exactly the same as you do on your laptop. Okay, you see that? Okay, So if you have your phone, I know it is not that quite easy to read on your phone, but since it is an online course, really it's no other options that we can deliver the course. Okay, so if you can think of some come up with some creative thoughts or methods that we can deliver the course for those people, students don't really have convenient access to laptop computers and the internet, shoot me an email. Okay, shoot me an email. Okay, that thing do not post on discussion board, because really it's not related to everyone else. Okay, it's not really a point to post that down there. Okay, so basically these are the software you can use. Okay, and okay, if you have no problem with this, otherwise you just use the email or discussion board to contact me. Okay, to contact me. Okay, and so for because we have students that already went back to their home countries, if you have hard time to access Zoom, or you think and you have your internet access to Zoom or Blackboard or things like that very slow, for example, you can get on that, but it will never actually open up for you. Okay, just let me know. Okay, for one thing, I know that in China you still have access to general Skidmore college website resource, but it's slow, but not that extremely slow. Okay, so you still have access to that. Otherwise, let me know. Okay, so all right, so my point is that if you're not able to use email or Zoom, just I will later on post my the QR code for my Line account, and for Chinese students who is in China now, and because it's only for stable communication purpose. Okay, it's only for stable communication purpose for you to talk to me for office hours. I will also post my QR code for my WeChat account, so you feel free to add me into your Line account and or to your WeChat account, just in case you lost connections or you lost access to something else that you can use for office hours. Okay, or for asking questions. Okay, so otherwise you don't have to add me to your personal social connecting or applications. Okay, I don't mind. Okay, so it's only for our course purpose. Make sense? Alright, I don't want to waste too much of your time and sitting around and watch this video. And alright, so this basically is how we are going to deliver the course over the rest of this semester. Okay, so if you have any questions or concerns, definitely let me know. Otherwise, I will recommend you and suggest you to stay inside and try to be healthy and safe. And I know it's going crazy a little bit, and it's the surprises, and otherwise other things probably gonna happen, or some worst case scenarios probably gonna having. Okay, so all right, so anyway, stay safe and healthy, and hope you have a good rest of the semester. Any questions you have, definitely let me know as soon as possible, and me and other professors definitely will help you out in any way we can. Alright, so another thing, or one more thing about online course is that it's really self-motivated courses. Okay, it's not like the face-to-face classes that you are forced to sit in class and then listen to our boring lectures. Okay, but here you get you make your own decisions, whether when you took the class, when you do your homework, when you read your chapter materials, and all these kind of things. Okay, and it's the critical thing about that is you have to have an effective time schedule. So now the time management skill is more essential and critical to be success or to pass any of your classes for the rest of the semester. Okay, so I recommend you before next Monday, when you get the information from each one of your professors about about your courses, make a clear time schedule for yourself and make a fixed time slot for certain things. Okay, so for example, make sure you have a fixed time slot for taking each one of your courses, and make a fixed time slot for taking exams. Okay, don't let other things bother you. Okay, because time passed fast. Okay, time passed fast. Okay, so you don't realize until the end of the day that, hey, I still have so many things to do, and those things cannot really done by just 1 hour, within an hour. Okay, so make your time efficient. All right, use your time efficient. Okay, so that's too much for my blah blah blah, right? Okay, I'll post this well, you know where I post this. Okay, all right, bye, have a good one.